If I could start with an important commodity for Guyana, rice. Under the PPP civic government, we are seeing improvement in farmers' investment in the rice industry in Guyana. With policies supported from the government, there have been improved output and improvement in the ability of the country to compete in the world rice market. Due to continued improvements in rice varieties, production practices, and milling efficiencies, Guyana continues to be a strong competitor in the world export market for rice. Rice production reached a record high of 725,282 metric tons, January to December 2024. And I want to say that this is a record-breaking production. Since the introduction of rice production in our country, we have surpassed the 700,000 ton mark. With an average national yield of 6.6 tons per hectare, the highest ever recorded in the country's history. We have increased yield from 5.7 tons in 2020 to 6.6 tons per hectare in 2024. For the last 4 years, we have seen an incremental increase in rice production. In 2021, we produced a total of 559,789 tons. In 2022, we produced 610,595 tons. In 2023, we produced 653,706 tons. And in 2024, I just said, we produced 725,282 tons. We have exported 425,490 tons of rice and byproduct to 30 countries with a value of $254,036,050 United States dollars from January to December. We have also seen a number of new markets that we have captured. We have also seen tremendous improvement in the farmers' lot. For example, were able to settle the APNU-AFC mismanagement of the Panama and the Petrocaribbean deal that was signed under the previous PPP civic government. When the APNU-AFC assumed office, these two markets were the two most lucrative markets for the farmers that were negotiated by the PPPC government. They have lost those markets. This mismanagement of these markets resulted in non-payments to farmers. For example, for the Panamanian market, the farmers were owed $1.5 billion. This was, of course, significant losses to the industry, which resulted in some of the rice milling and rice millers going bankrupt. A number of those entities were forced to close. With the intervention of the President and the PPP civic government, we were able to settle the Panamanian rice problem, and this happened in 2018. So the farmer had to wait 6 years for the Panama debt of $1.5 billion to settle. And in September of this year, we were able to pay the 19 rice millers and exporters who would have exported their paddy and rice to Panama in 2018. Those were settled by the PPP civic government. Then again, you know for a fact that under the previous government, we lost the Petrocaribbean market. And as a result of that, a number of farmers were owed because they would have purchased from a number of millers were owed, they would have purchased from the farmers paddy, and 27 farmers and 5 millers were owed a total of $437 million. Here again, we had to work overtime to get this matter resolved, and only last Saturday I was able to meet with those farmers. I met with them and we were able to execute that payment of $437 million to 27 farmers and 5 millers. These farmers and millers had to wait 9 years to receive their payment. Also in the area of rice, we have seen new varieties were developed over the last 3 years. For this year 2024, we have developed a new variety, the GRDB 18, with a yield potential of 7 to 9 tons per hectare. This was launched in October of 2024. Since 2020, we have released 3 new varieties, GRDB 16, GRDB 18, and the biofortified rice GRDB 17. All have yield potential between 7 to 9 tons per hectare. And the biofortified rice is where we now grow in the zinc, the supplement in that variety. Also, we have seen increased capacity of our seed paddy facilities at the various locations. We have seed paddy facilities at Burma, MMA, Blackbush Polder, and number 56, with a capacity to produce 152,000 bags per annum. Government assistance. We have also, as I said, we must never forget what has happened to the rice farmers between 2015 to 2020. That period, we have seen the previous government dubbed rice farmer or rice farming as a private business. We know for a fact, with the support that we have given to the rice industry, that is why we are seeing the kind of results that we have seen. For example, farmers were required to pay increased land rental and D&I charges, especially in the MMA scheme. We must always remember those things, from $3,500 per acre to $15,000 per acre. When we were in the opposition, we took a motion to the parliament to reverse that, which was voted down. When we get back into government, we reverse that. Because of that reversal, farmers were able to save billions of dollars in that area. Although we have seen increase in land rental and D&I charges, most of the infrastructure in the MMA scheme were in a dilapidated state. From 2022 to 2024, $1.850 billion were allocated to farmers in terms of support, fertilizer, seed, chemical, pesticide, and things like that. In 2025, we all know that the president has announced another $2 billion subsidies for fertilizer to be distributed to farmers, rice farmers, cash crop farmers. We have already put out tenders for that, and that will be done very shortly in the new year. We'll start the distribution of those fertilizers to farmers. We have trained 5,221 farmers, received training from GRDB. These training sessions cover various areas such as pest and disease management, mechanization, possibilities, and crop management. We also targeted 146 farmers who had low yield, and we are putting them in a low yielding farmers project, where we are working with them to develop their lot so that they can increase their yield per hectares. So that by itself, in the rice industry, we have seen tremendous improvement. We have seen tremendous progress this year. As a matter of fact, for the first time, I want to say I'm very proud of it, that we have reached that level of production.